Okay, a warm namaste to everyone. And sorry, I was on mute. And uh, uh, thank you for joining this webinar. Very happy to have you. Uh, Good evening to my friends in Asia, India, and a good afternoon. Okay, to people in the Europe. Good morning for people from US and the West Canada. So great to have you all here. This is a damn interesting topic, very hot topic, which I think is by demand. How to transform from a waterfall model to a to agility. Okay, so that's very interesting topic that I have for you today. And this is a question many people have. Like recently, I visited a mid-sized IT company, and they had this mandate that they want to switch to agility because they had a complaint from a lot of customers that the delivery is not on time, the quality is not good, and leadership decided, let's go to agility, and that will resolve all the issues. So we went and talked with this team, and we had a series of discussion. In fact, we are still discussing, and this is happening for last 9 months. So still they are not arrived at a decision, but there is a lot of involvement, at least from these guys. So in this 9 months, they got to know what is agility and what it takes to transform from waterfall to agile. The point I was trying to make, that people want to jump into agility without knowing what's at stake. They do not know what is that agility and what it takes to do that. So I think a lack of awareness, in my mind, for a lot of companies. I think this session can help you a little, perhaps, to understand a little bit about agility and what I mean from agility to, or shift from any model to agility model. So it's a very no, it's a very broad subject, but I think I have made this webinar which might be interesting for all of you. So guys, this is me, Ashish Sadekar, and I love what I am doing. Okay, project management, and from I have been a proponent of certification, and that's how we started Prothoughts, which is a leader in the certification market, and we are primarily a PMI partner, a ATP partner, and that's what we do. And we evangelize the project management certifications, and I do a lot of writing, author on project management as well. So great to have you all here. Thank you so much for joining this workshop. So I have some topics for you for considerations. Okay, but I will keep it open, guys. Anytime you have any questions, just interrupt me at any point of time, and I will be very happy to answer your questions. So great. Okay. So we have some participants who are joining. Okay, as I see now. So all are welcome for this webinar. Thank you so much for joining. So let's move ahead. And this is some myths that I have seen in the project management market, right? Like, no, you need to follow a prescribed practice, Scrum. You don't have to tailor that. If you tailor it, you will not get the results. The best practice is safe. The DA toolkit, disciplinary toolkit, has all the options that you need. Okay, so people actually, without going into, has some ideas basically about, okay, different practices, about agility, that agile is the best thing to do. No, we need to do agility and every problem will be solved. So there are a lot of myths. Okay, and people actually make their, what do you say, decisions based on this, I will call it myths or assumptions. which may or may not be true, which may or may not be true. So there are a lot of myths that goes into many people without experiencing what is agile, what is agility, why is there some other option about that, why this safe scrum is best, why disciplined agile is best, or whatsoever. So I want to break some myths today. I want to go into breaking some myths about agility. And that's what I'm going to do, because unless I do that, you will not understand, okay, what it takes to transform from your current model, which is maybe a traditional, we call it, or a waterfall or a serial model. So let's understand a little bit. And this is a famous quote which goes around the world, okay? And no, I have used this quote because the context is, I think, requires this. So it says that, okay, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. So if you have facing some problems, it might be because, yes, might be because of the waterfall model, the way you work, or it might be because of something else like your culture or whatsoever in your company, the environment. You need to change something, okay, to solve the problem. You can't have the same mindset to solve the problem. I think it's a very appropriate quote in this context. So I wanted to make one classic. There is a research-based thinking here about. So I want to rethink our thinking, and I want to introduce you the double loop thinking here. So it's a very simple thing. Okay, like I said, okay, many people based on their assumptions, okay, do some actions. So these are your assumptions, and the actions, whatever practices, strategies, techniques are based on that assumptions, right? And that helps you to take the decisions, right? That is what, okay, happens. Now, in a single loop learning, okay, what happens is that your results, if they are not proper, okay, you correct your action strategies. You never question the assumptions on which you have taken the actions. Typically, in any practice, say because we are talking agile, so I will take Scrum, okay, the assumption is Scrum is the best, or any model for that matter, and your results will never question whether there is some alternative to Scrum or not. You will only adjust your action. You will actually do the retrospection, or you will change a resource. Okay, now typically we do that, right? If something is going wrong, the best way is, okay, this guy is not efficient. Let's change the resource. Maybe true, maybe not. Okay, but that's what, and we hope for better results. Okay, which may be true, may not, but we never question the assumptions. So I think in today's fast-paced world, okay, we need to question the basic assumptions under which we were operating, because the parameters have changed, the rules of the game have changed, and the question is now about survival. Okay, and if you do not adapt new ways of thinking, I think you will perish sooner than later, right? So what we are considering is now double loop thinking, okay, which is challenging your basic assumptions, and that is what is required today. Transformation comes from that. So if you see here, okay, uh, now these are the pyramid, and generally what we do here is we keep on changing the practices. Okay, Scrum doesn't work. Okay, let's take safe, or let's take disciplined agile. Okay, we never question, okay, the bottom of the pyramid. We never question what is absolutely wrong with that. Practices, principle, guidelines, okay, probably are based on a similar thinking or a similar philosophy. I think it's packaged differently, probably. Okay, some are actually different, like Disciplined Agile Toolkit, whether Scrum is a practice. But the point is, okay, no, it is more or less the same. So what we need to change is question the mindset, or possibly do something different in the laws so that we get the right practices to do. And that, I think, is a fundamental question. So if you're talking of transformation and changing from, say, which is the topic, waterfall to agile, then you need to actually question the basic tenets of the mindset or the laws. And I think you will get the right practices and principles. So he's given a proper good example, okay, and I've taken this from the DVSC workshop, but he's given me a proper example. Like, for example, I want a double loop thinking, and the law is, delays cause waste, so I need to avoid the delays. And there are some values that I need to show, the work transparency, and then I will actually see, okay, to do this, I need to have small batches of work which I can see the delays, and I can correct the delays very promptly. And for that, iterations might be a good practice to do. So the questionable thing is at the bottom, not at the top. Many people actually question the practice, which framework to choose. I don't think we need to dwell into that. So for me, waterfall, agile, safe, scrum, everything is the same. We need to question the basic fundamentals. So my question is agile more of a way of thinking or is a framework? I would like you to answer in the chat. What do you think? Is agile a practice or a framework or a way of thinking? What do you guys think? Is agile a practice or is my voice good? Someone, okay, I'm reading the comments now. I'm very sorry. Is my voice good? Can someone type a yes? You can see me, you can see the slides as well. Okay, thank you. You can see the slides. Okay, thank you. Super. So, agile, okay, agile is definitely a way of thinking. It is not a practice or a framework. Many people equate agile to Scrum because it was probably the most popular and prevalent, okay, practice as of today. And many people say that when you're using Scrum, you're agile. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I have seen many people using Scrum, but doing waterfall models only. So they do the ceremonies, but the thinking has not changed. So the question is how to change the thinking. So that I think if you want to inculcate agility in your organization, I think one of the things is you need to do a lot of things, but one of the things is definitely the fulcrum, the crux is to change the mindset. Repetition is a good technique for mindset, changing the mindset. So yes, so this is what you have. So my question again, uh, what is agility or business agility? Can someone put it in the question answer panel? What do you think is agility? What do you think is agility? Can someone answer this question? What do you think is agility? No one wants to answer. Okay. I thought I will make a little interactive think I have some pools for you, but yeah, maybe I will ask that questions later. Okay, good. So let me take the bet. Okay, if people not answering the business agility, all of you will get one PDF for sure. I will share the code at the end of the session. But business agility is about delivering value sooner. It focuses on what is the right value, means what the customer wants and what is the highest business things is important, and then it delivers the highest value. So business agility, if I had to put a many definition, but if I had to put that, is how soon the organization can adapt to the changes, like in pandemic, in a productive and cost effective way, right? So agility is by doing that, how soon you can deliver value. Value is something which the customers can consume, and that's what I call business agility, right? That's what I call business agility. And agile today, okay, this is a slide I had taken it from a web, okay, internet, and today agility is gaining a lot of importance. It is people are saying that, okay, I get a happier customer, I get a better quality, no, it's high morale for my team. Okay, so there are, okay, agility is gaining importance because I think it is showing dividends, okay, in the changing world, in the changing times, in the fast paced world. Things are more demanding, things are more changing. Okay, customer needs are constantly evolving. Okay, decision making is happening faster. Okay, you need to sustain the needs, and the the agile way of working. Okay, no, I'm not, my session is not about agile, but the agile way of working is gaining a lot of importance, right? So idea is to understand how the teams are agile. Okay, is it by following a certain xyz practice? Okay, or no, if you want to make the team agile, what exactly it means? And therefore, okay, this is done by Al Shaloway in his famous, okay, certification, Disciplined Agile Value Stream Consultant, uh, and supported, and he has taken all these factors from Lean. And if you know, I respect a lot Elahi Goldratt, who has written the theory of constraints. No, and he says everything is common sense. It's just that I'm putting that things in a structured way to you all to make more sense out of the common sense. So to make, okay, uh, that to make the things agile, okay, what we need to work is on the simple, okay, 9 factors. Okay, it's very very simple factors that you need to consider to make the 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 work agile, the team agile, the organization agile. These are the 9 factors, irrespective of what system framework you are using, be it waterfall, be it no scrum, be it safe, be it nest less, whatever. Okay, the idea is that if you do this 9 factors very nicely, okay, you on your road to agility. So these 9 factors are very very simple to understand. Okay, the idea is to work on smaller items. Now, why smaller items? There are 100 reasons. Okay, I will tell you one or two. Okay, the feedback. okay, cycle is shorter, okay, so the rework is shorter, okay, you can deliver the value sooner, you can consume the value sooner, you get return on an investment sooner, okay, if work on the right items which can give the value, okay, show what work you are doing, visible work, visible workflow. You need to take intake, work on as per your capacity, okay, take the work which is not interrupted, so there are lesser dependencies outside your team, okay, work for a quicker feedback, okay, if your feedback is longer, rework is longer. So all this thing, I will come and tell you about values creation structure as well, but the point is this factors are very simple to understand. Now making these factors work is a difficult task because you guys are already working on something which you think is probably the most important things, and this is the way you have been working. Changing the way you work might be difficult, okay, and that's where that transition happens. I would not say that you are going to transition from model A to model B, but what you are essentially doing is working on these simple factors to make your organization agile. The question is how that you do this nine factors work, because you already have a team structure, a hierarchy. I told you I am talking with a 100-year-old company, and they have a captive IT unit, a mid-sized popular Indian IT company. They wanted to go to agile, and one of the things why we are deliberating over the last 9 months odd is that they are not ready to change the team structure. The team structure is very important. We call it value creation structure. How the teams talk with each other, what is the relationship between the teams. Okay. The idea is not how effective is your coordination among the team, what tools you use. The idea is how the teams lessen, reduce the dependencies between them, okay, and have the right skills in one team is the question that we need to answer. How the teams together, okay, reduce the dependencies from other interdependent or external teams. So the question is about not coordination but decoupling, separating of teams, and every team having the right skill set. Okay. So when you actually design the right team structure, okay, not always it's possible to have a cross-functional team. So when you design like a core team, feature team, component team, a focus solutions team, how to develop the teams, how the work should flow between the teams. The teams do not decide the work. The work flows, how you actually take the intake of the work and how you soon you can deliver the work is the question. So how to design the value creation is what we are trying to understand in an agile transformation. That's one. The second, like I said, is dependencies. And I'm putting a very simple thing, okay, I'm making it pretty simple for you guys to understand the transition from waterfall to agile, but idea is, okay, it's very important that relationships between the dependencies are visible, okay, so make dependencies visible, and when you make that visible you can manage them, and when you manage them you can eliminate the dependencies, and when you eliminate the dependencies, you eliminate a lot of handbacks and handoffs, the to and fro movement, and that will help you to deliver the value soon. I'm making it very simple, okay? But this is what is needed for a agile transition. So essentially, what we are talking here, Okay, I'm using some terms, but with the right team structure and reducing your dependencies, you will actually work on the much needed items, and that would lead to organizational agility, right? And that will lead to your organizational agility, right? Okay, I am not able to see the comments as I'm doing this, but thanks, Santoshi, for putting your comments. Okay, I agree with you about the agility. Thank you so much. I love interacting with you guys. So thank you. Keep on doing that. But I hope that you are getting the essence. If you do the right team structure and dependencies, I think you are on your way for organizational agility. I made it simple, but I think the other guy or other essential role which can help to simplify these things, to transform or the organization from a traditional to a agile organization, okay, is a role that I'll talk in the next slide. Okay, but one of the things, this is Edward Deming's statement, that we trust the people but we don't trust the system. Okay, so idea is that the system should be managed. This is one of my famous quotes that I like. Okay, people, okay, adjust as per the system. So don't flaw the people. Okay, the flaw more or less is with your system. So if you correct the system, you will get a better output from the same people. And that's why we are talking about agility, right? Okay, there we are talking of a better outcome. Okay, so you need to see the system here. System means, team structure, the culture. That's what we are talking about. A system has a lot of things. Okay, how the components, okay, interact with each other in an organization, that also matters. This is my, again, another important consideration which I like so much. I written a LinkedIn article last week as well. Yeah, the idea is not to go on a preset starting point. Okay, it's not right. You need to select a starting point and then go from there. You need to see where you are currently. Okay, and see how, where you can start from where you are currently. What happens in a lot of frameworks, they say that you need to start from a point X, which may not be required for you, because your team is unique, you are different from each other. You all the teams may not start from point X as in written in the framework. You need to see where you are and how, what is the great place for you to start. That's how transformation idea is, to take that incremental improvements towards agility by embracing that 9 simple factors, and doing that required changes in the team structure and relationships between the components in the organization. And the person who will do this is the chief transformation agent. We call him the value stream consultant. We call him the value stream consultant. And that's a basic role which actually helps to simplify, okay, and chalk out the plan for improvement. Simplify your, okay, value stream, as they call it, the flow of your work. And then he simplifies. And one of the basic criterias that he should know a lot of agile and lean practices. So he's having expert knowledge. He is, okay, no, works with the enterprise coach and other members, and he typically has a growth mindset, right? He works with the upper levels of management, typically with the leadership team, to simplify the processes and bring, okay, agility or strong improvements in your, okay, outputs. So this is a very important role in the organization for transformation. There should be some person like him. Okay, the idea what he does is make the relationships between the various entities in the value stream. Value stream, as you must be aware, is like a workflow. It is a set of actions, right, from the customer request till the customer gets the fulfillment of his request. So, so in a big organization, there might be various functions, teams involved, right? From portfolio, product management, implementation, operations, marketing, sales, who you name it. So you need to be, between the various team across the different functions. You need to make the relationship visible. You need to simplify, set out the process for improvements, create a team structure, dependencies, and the focus should be on the flow of value and how I can increase the time to market by improving the cycle and lead times. So these are the basic, okay, uh, ideas of the value stream consultant. A very interesting role, and you can name it in a different way because we teach value stream. Okay, we have named that role as a value stream. Many people, some other people might call him a transformation consultant or a chief transition agent, you name it, anything. But the idea is that, okay, how to transform, there is not a set guide. Okay, but I think you need to chalk out a roadmap from where you are currently, what are your challenges, what are your opportunities, and therefore what are the improvements that you can seek to do that. And the fundamental to do that is to think, okay, change the way you think. And that is, okay, focus on the 9 simple factors. Right? That's what is the role of value stream. That makes me come to the next topic. What is the role of management? Management, like I said, the focus should be on improving the system. And the system is a large subset. And one part of that is definitely the culture. Like Peter Drucker says, okay, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So, so the idea and culture here, I think, is a result of processes, systems, and behaviors. The outcome of how we do things, how we take decisions because of the laid processes, the systems, and behaviors we have. The focus of the management is on these parts. And if you get it right, okay, and with the value stream simplifying things, I think you can set a road for transformation. There are a lot of other skill sets. See, I'm not putting, I'm putting it in a simpler way where you can understand, how to do a transformation from a waterfall to agility. Right? You can ask me any questions as such. Okay. So I'm happy to answer any questions, okay? But let me complete it and then we can go for question and answers for sure. But yes, okay. So when I look back, okay, on the things that are happening today, okay, within the management, within the people, the inquiries I get, okay, for transforming to agility. No, uh, the focus should be how we can make a better tomorrow. That should be your focus. How I can make a better tomorrow, right? So, how I can improve the way I'm working. So, rather than having a set target, like I want agile practice of this and that nature or a framework on this and that nature, how I can take incremental steps in my journey of transformation, how I can make my people change the way they think and embrace agility. Agility is also practiced in unknown sectors, right? Even I have seen on Mumbai roads, the city where I live, okay, the tolls, we have a huge queue, traffic jams, but the tolls here are so efficient. I call it agile, okay, where they have changes, they make out of five queues, they make 10 queues by arranging queues at any moment of time. So they have a lot of process systems to speed up things, which is remarkable, right? They already are practicing agility. They are working on that nine simple factors. I'm dead sure that they are not following any practice or a said framework. I'm dead sure, but they are agile in my mind. So agility is the way you think, and as a value stream consultant, and that's what you are going to do. Even as a coach, that's what you're going to do. The coach idea is to aspire potential a team by making the team self-organizing or autonomous or self-improving, self-learning. The idea is that, okay, that's what we need to do. So the end destination is not following a agile practice, but changes the way we think. Change the way we think. That what I call is agility. So I had a short session, okay, but I actually know kind of marked on went through some very important pointers and summarize and try to put a very simple points on transformation. So this I think is a very important, and I try to simplify so that you can relate to a lot of things. So just to revisit what I said, okay, I think the frameworks that we talk in Agile are definitely good starting points, but the frameworks are not the end thing. As an organization, as a team, as a person, you need to constantly and continuously improve at what you're doing. You should be better at or you should be better versions of yourself. I think that's very important. The frameworks and practices are good starting points because they are pretty easy to adopt. So if I give you, 10 things to do by giving like a prescription, it's very good. Okay, in PMP you need to do this initiation traffic. I'm good at that. Okay, I can follow that. I can do this. But the idea here, the fundamental thing in Agile, which I think many people miss, is the way we think. Okay, and that is what is definitely agility. So when people say I want to transition from a waterfall to agile, okay, uh, my part is that focus, okay, on that incremental steps, focus on that nine simple factors, focus on the relationships between the various components in the system, focus, okay, to reduce the dependencies, create a value creation structure or a team structure, and then work on the small improvements to know, and then the magic will happen. And then the magic will happen. You will see the transformation happening in your team and in your organization, right? So this is something which I had planned for today, but I have some more slides, okay, to do, okay, before I open it for a question and answer session. Okay. No, this was this topic of today's. Now we do webinars in various topics. This topic of today was about for disciplined agile, and no, it was typically from the value stream consultant, not the DA coach. And no, this is the journey of disciplined agile. And Prothoughts is one of the leaders, evangelists in disciplined agile. And some of the concepts I have talked about today are from the value stream consultant. And I think it's a great content. I love that content. And it's not only the content is good, it's very applicable in your workforce, especially if you are from working at the organizational agility level. Great. This is some slide which I use to tell, okay, according to me, Scrum is the most popular. It's a great starting point. Okay. There is already a Scrum certification. Safe is also more popular. Disciplined Agile from PMI is picking up. So I just try to put across where it stands, across the different certification. I put DVSC as a very high pedestal there. For the content and the application value it actually brings to the table. I find it very amazing, the DVSC certification. Great. Okay. This is our LinkedIn group. Okay. Uh, Sorry about this. I just was about to copy this. I'm putting. I need to share this again, I guess. Okay. I'm putting this in the. Uh, can everyone see my screen? Just say yes. Uh, this is a LinkedIn group, and this is the second largest LinkedIn group in the world. Uh, so, uh, so you can know subscribe to that, and you will get good updates about disciplined agile on the group. This is some of our certification trainings on DSC, DBSC, and DSSM, which are happening in. We just finished last weekend DSSM. So these are some of the trainings, upcoming trainings on disciplined agile across the three. Uh, we do, we do project forecast. Okay, and especially on disciplined agile, we have short 10 episodes on that, so you can listen to that and give your feedback, and we will certainly improve on that on the coming days. Great. So I'm at the end, guys, of our webinar. I would like to know how you found the webinar, and also open for question and answers. Okay, if any. Okay, I reserve my last 15 minutes for any question answers, any interaction. So um, you can type your question, and I'll try to answer that question. I would also love to know how, because this content, I don't know how you received it. Was it useful for you? I especially prepared that content. Was it useful? Just please, if you can vote that, that will be great. Everyone, you can also type question and answers in the session. Okay, everyone, please put your hands up on this polls. How do you find the session? Was it useful? Okay, was the content relatable? Was it good for you guys? Happy to see. Thank you so much. Any question and answers, also put that. Okay. No question and answers. Okay, that's a little scary. Okay. I'm putting next, if you are interested in the DVSC certification, any one of you, we'll happy to provide you more details on that. Okay, there is some question answer. Okay, anyone interested, let us know on DVSC. Okay, and we have another thing. Anyone interested in talking with our consultant, let us know. Happy to provide the details there. Okay. Okay, so if there are no questions and answers, uh, I will I will anyways give you the PDUs, okay, and there will be automated mail from our team as well, or from this platform to all of you with the PDU. You get one PDU for attending the session, and if you have any queries, uh, we will be happy to help you for anything, any PDUs, disciplined agile, PMP, project management, anything. We will be happy to help you in either ways for everything that you require. So the PDUs, I have putting it in the question and answer panel. Okay, so have a look at that, and you can apply and get that PDU. So super. So I think if there are no more uh, uh, there are no more uh, questions, I think I can then close this webinar. Okay. Uh, I one sec, one sec. Okay. So it has been. So thank you so much, everyone. Okay, for your valuable time. I hope the information was useful to you. And if you have more details, you have questions, queries about transformation, I can be happy to have a call with you and put my inputs to you, which can help you, hopefully. So put a message to me on LinkedIn. You can add me on the LinkedIn, or we can have a call as well. So thank you, everyone, for your time, and a warm namaste from my side. Thank you so much, and keep on attending our Prothoughts webinars. Uh, we will be surely making it more interesting with more original content as always. Thank you so much. Have a good day.